Good afternoon, everybody. Happy New York PM session stream here right at the 2 o'clock open. Already facing a little bit of some indecision going into the New York Open here. How are we doing, everybody? Happy afternoon. Happy Wednesday afternoon here. Based in Los Angeles, California. I hope we're all doing fantastic. Afternoon, what's up, Shay? What's up, Darian? What's up, Danster? Pookie, what's up? How's it going? What's popping? What's crack lacking? Bit of a nicer pre-PM session. Ended up taking a nice 2 hour win here on NASDAQ that'll break down in just a few seconds. But overall, pretty solid trade for the most part. Can't lie. We ended up taking a beautiful 2 hour on NQ, finally catching a retracement leg, chat. Finally catching a retracement leg by watching the movement on the 15-minute. Indecisive 15-minute closure that led to a beautiful continuation sequence lower into a 2 hour on NQ. So walked away, finally bless up with a winner today after walking with a $300 loss in the New York AM session. So can't complain here as of right now. Honestly, just watching to see how market is going to play out now. I'll recap this trade in just a second here. We'll just look at a couple of the different assets. Paying attention to the hourly time frame once again. Got the retracement leg, respected the fair value gap on the hourly. For those of you that were on the AM session stream this morning, Juno and I were talking about this in specific, how once we form imbalances, we want to look for retracements into these imbalances to then catch a continuation sequence. And as we can tell, look what's happening here. We're about 54 minutes away from the hourly closure. And if this hourly closes above this change in state of delivery, we actually will validate a continuation sequence for NASDAQ on the hourly time frame. So that's what we're paying attention for right now. This is genuinely one of the major things I'm watching for as of right now is to see. But as of right now, with this protected low, it's definitely looking like we're going to see a continuation sequence form here on the hourly, which correlates very well with the 3 minute here. But took a very solid trade, about 46 points here on NQ. Ended up actually trading a little bit heavier of size to make back from my New York AM session losses, but also was very confident in this short ability here, especially having such an aggressive move here with very limited retracement. Finally, having some justifiable confirmed SMT to take the trace lower here. Might it have been lucky? Maybe, but I felt pretty good for the most part. What's up, Kyle? What's up? Saw your tweet. Was that from the morning lab stream? That was actually this like 30 minutes ago, boss man. That was about 30 minutes ago as well. So, but yeah, how's everybody doing for a Wednesday afternoon? How was the Wednesday AM session? Were we all making justifiable decisions in market scenarios? Were we being smart? Were we not being smart? I was on a different one, Cal, for Cly. Is it Kyle or Cly? Cly 25? Sorry, boss. Didn't mean to be mispronouncing that there. So off the 2 o'clock open, we're now just in between the 2 o'clock range. So I'm just gonna be watching to see what exactly happens here when it comes to this. Actually, I'm gonna save this as a new template. I just realized. Save as X. I like the dotted line more here. I want to see this. Let's see this play out here. All right, so we'll see whether or not we can play out any side of this range here from the 2 o'clock. But yeah, Cly is my nickname. Kyle's real name. Awesome. I took a short continuation gold 3 minute 11:20. Can you take a look at it, bro? All right, let's peep it. Let's peep it. We took a gold short at the 11:20. All right, so at the 11:20. So I'm assuming you're on the 5 minute here based on the analysis. All right. At the 11:20. I mean, you're up right now. To be so frank, hard for me to justify. Actually, let me see here. That's the 12:20. Mm, the 11:20. Hard for me to framework something on the 11:20 to be honest. Only short signature I was more a fan of here would have been the Sisti that traced into this fair value gap here because this created it's not a bad short. I think we'll definitely see price continue lower, but for this type of trade here, I would have grabbed an entry here, stop at the protected high, target of 1.5. This would have played out. As of right now, you're not in a bad position. If your stop is above the 125 high, I'd consider that a nice protected stop, protected swing because we did validate this Sisti as well. So not a bad short. Just know that I wouldn't target lower than the 11:30 draw for this trade just because trend definitely seems like it's going to slowly chop its way lower now, depending on how NASDAQ and indices move as well. But I don't know if we have an S&P with silver. Silver looks like it's also chopping its way down to the lows. So not the worst. It's not the worst. It was entry at 11:24. Yeah. So it's not the worst. Um, If you put your stop above the protected high here, there's a lower chance of it getting taken out. So if you have your stop at the 4830.8, not a bad region for a stop, I can't lie. It's definitely not the worst idea. It's not my most preferred just because I typically like to see the trace into a fair value. But we did see that earlier, so we just confirmed a secondary SysD here. So it's going to be a little bit of a slower movement, especially since we are in PM session. I personally don't like to trade commodities in PM, but not a bad trade, to be frank, boss. Dre's not a bad trade. So yeah, we'll recap this trade in just a second here. I'm trying to quickly get this one recap posted for all of you. There we go. Bang, bang. All right, let's get this, and ka-chow. So we'll see. But gold does look like it's going to slowly make its way lower if we keep respecting these. On the three as well, looks solid. Actually, what I do like, were you trading the 3 minute time frame? Because if you're trading the three, it did validate this fair value. So if you entered on the 1124, you still wouldn't have entered on the actual given portion. But if you have your stop at this 4830 that I was talking about, that would be a more reliable stop, to be honest. Like that would be a much more reliable stop for you. I don't know where exactly your risk lies for this, but 3 minute time frame, it looks bad in 5 minutes. Yeah, 3 minute looks fine. I think you looked at the wrong thing. Yeah, NQ tap in 5 minute fair value gap, 4 and 5 minute 60. Now we should long. I mean, we did tap into this, right? We did validate the fair value. This was at the 2 o'clock open though, so new hourly open. And also new 4 hour open here. So that's just one thing to make note of. Definitely did validate it. We finally got the closure. But the thing is, we'll probably slowly chop our way up. It's PM session, and we also formed a very aggressive 2 o'clock open. So this confirmation showcased a little bit of indecision. So we'll probably chop our way higher, make our way into the 1221 high. But who knows, man? Who knows? Knowledge Nuggets 57. I think you looked at the wrong thing. Yeah, Dre's. I just looked at the three. The three made more sense to me. So I see your vision. I see the vision. I see the vision. I'm there. Walking up the avenue. Wish I could. Yeah. So honestly, these don't look bad. Like I'm not gonna say longs look bad. At the end of the trades, you can look at it. Yeah, sounds good, Dre's. That'd be cool to see it live. Oh, Dre's. I didn't realize it was you, Dre's. My bad, boss. On the three here, tapped in. Yeah, it's not bad. Oh, sorry. You were talking. Okay, sorry. I thought. Yeah, sorry, Dre's. I'm on PST, so I thought you were talking. You meant earlier today. You meant like. Or wait, maybe you didn't. Did you mean PST or EST, dude? I'm like tripping now. Yeah, chat. It's gonna be an interesting one. Price is just gonna grind higher, it seems right now. So as of right now, I'm not taking any active entries yet. 1124, I don't know. What does it say at the bottom of your chart? Like UTC4 or what? Let me check what you DN me. He doesn't even have it. Just bought 25K Lucid Flex. How much to risk per trade? Less than you should do less than $100 of risk. With a 1250 drawdown, is that what everyone uses? UTC4. Yeah, okay, so then you were trading. So you were talking more the shorts over here. Why am I tripping? 4815. Oh, because I was on. Wait, this is NQ. Sorry. Yeah, okay, this one. Sorry, apologies. Okay, I was doing the EST analysis for 11 o'clock. My apologies. Yeah, so this short here tapped in at the 5 minute, confirmed it at the 11:20. Absolutely. I like this setup a lot. That's really solid, Dre's. Because what I like about this as well, if we just look at the TTFM, like look, we formed the C2 up here, we sweep, we confirmed it within the same time frame as well. So confirmed here, C2 closes. This is on the 5 minute. Three also looks fine too. On the three, we still confirm the C2 sweep. We get a C4 continuation sequence. So we formed an imbalance within the C4 period, traced into it, confirmed the closure, which you said you got an 1124. I would have on the 3 minute, I would have more looked for this 1121 entry here. I would have gone short at the 1121, targeted this protected high, target of 1.5. Hey, bro, how much would you risk for Lucid 150K Pro eval? So 4.5K drawdown. I wouldn't do more than $400 of risk a trade. Like 250 to 400 is plenty. So I got filled. Yeah, I put limits, so I got filled in the. Okay, sweet. Yeah, that's a really solid trade. I like that. That's a great trade. I have no issues with that. Sorry, I was converting the EST, the PST to EST, which was tripping me. That's why. All right, there we go. We're about to take out the 1221. So longs did look good there, but I just couldn't frame something for me to trade. There's no exact entry signature because if we look at this as well with TTFM on the three, we had this SMT within this gap. Actually, fuck, I missed the SMT. I'm stupid. This was a great trade. SMT at these lows confirmed with the change in state of delivery here. This was a really solid long at the 2 o'clock. I definitely missed this. I would have totally grabbed longs because this is an SMT and gap fill. So I would have taken market order entry, stop at the protected low, target of 1.5. So trend looks like it's going to go higher here. Only thing, yeah, I definitely missed that. That's 100% my error, especially because we would be in a 4-hour gap. Yeah, definitely. This looks really good with these longs here. So I got filled in next candle. Is it more probable that we sweep the 4-hour high and go lower, or do you think we'll keep grinding higher? Keep grinding higher right now. Clear draws lead to all-time highs right now. So I'm very much so keen on watching for the move up to all-time. But this signature here was really solid. I'm going to mark this not in this trade. Not in this trade. Just so you guys know that I'm not in this trade. Yeah, this is a really solid long here off this low. SMT low, confirm the SMT. SMT in a gap fill as well, which means YM might have been the better asset to trade in this pair. Let's see. For this long signature here, if I'm looking to trade, I want to see, yeah, there's the SMT. YM was the leading asset. So YM would have been the preferred asset to trade in these longs here. That's the given SMT. We confirm this SMT with this SIST right here. So had you taken a limit order entry at the SIST here, stop at the protected low, YM almost instant. Wow, I mean, YM already played out, but YM is now playing out yet again to 1.5R. So YM would have been the better asset to trade in this pair. Also, what I like about YM is the fact that, look, NASDAQ has already swept out a draw, right? YM in this case has many draws because YM was just dropping all of today, whilst indices like ES and NASDAQ were continuing higher. So typically in an SMT like this, where there's a strength switch, so this is the stronger asset in this pair. Would you move your stop a little higher if that 1.5R hits the highs? Yeah, probably would. If we close above the highs, yeah, move the stop, find like below an imbalance. But yeah, see now YM plays out 36 points up into these highs. So YM would have been the preferred asset to trade in this SMT pair, just because it is indeed the leading asset, aka the stronger asset in the correlation. So this is really solid though. NASDAQ looks like it's likely going to run higher here as well. Good SMT confirmation. This is super solid, chat. This is super, super solid. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get these things set up and we'll do a little recap here for this NASDAQ trade. Just because I think we have some good value to showcase to all of you today in regards to this trade. So we'll get that set up here in just a sec. I can see the wishing now. Oops, I'm still in the full screen. Let's exit the full screen. This is my reality. Yeah, so we're rejecting off this high now. YM would have played that out. But let's do a quick little educational recap here. SMT night gap was super clean, so we'll just let's recap this trade for all of you here, right? All right, so we'll do a little recap here on this trade setup and we'll get back into some more live trading. But what exactly here, let's get this set up. Tesla up a lot today. I actually haven't checked Tesla, so I'm curious to check that out now that you've mentioned it. Check the 1 hour 50% on the 1 minute on the OB to the left. I'll check that in just a sec, Joe. I'm going to do a quick little recap on this and I'm done. So, chat really quick. Let's close this indicator as well, TTFM Pro. So what exactly did I like about this trade, right? This was a 2-hour trade I took on NASDAQ that was live on stream. So first and foremost, when we look at general trend, we have been trending extremely high. We're over 2,400 points on NASDAQ in just under 3 days. Since the Sunday open, we're up nearly, or actually now over 10% on NASDAQ when it comes to these style trades. And so for myself, typically when we're at or near all-time highs and we have a very aggressive trend, I'm typically trying to find retracement periods, but you can't really find retracement periods unless you're scouting SMT and confirming it, because a lot of the times SMT can showcase where assets are being manipulated. But if I'm not utilizing SMT with a shift in market structure, like a change in state of delivery, an SMT just becomes a hypothesis. So in this trade, what exactly happened here? We formed an SMT at the highs. YM ended up forming equal highs and a higher high, whereas NASDAQ ended up forming a lower high. So in this SMT pair, NASDAQ was the preferred asset to trade as it was the stronger asset in this SMT. What I wanted to see next with this SMT is we want to confirm it with a change in state of delivery, right? So this 3 bullish candle body move becomes the move that leads to this SMT divergence. So to see a confirmation, I need to see a closure below this change in state of delivery. Another thing to note, well, as we approached past the 12 o'clock open, we had this imbalance being this fair value gap that formed. And so prior to this IFVG, this was actually a fair value gap. I'm looking to not only watch for a 3-minute closure below this fair value gap to inverse this fair value gap, but I want to confirm the SMT divergence by watching a closure below the change in state of delivery. So if we just play out the next 3-minute candle, what exactly happens? We see that we confirm the FVG closure into an inversion fair value gap. We have now officially inversed this 3-minute fair value gap, as well as closed below the bearish change in state of delivery, which means that we have now confirmed this SMT as a true SMT divergence. So now the thing that I'm looking to see is whether or not I can enter this position. And because we have now confirmed the SMT divergence with a higher time frame sweep and a change in state of delivery, I can now enter a short signature, which is where I took a market order entry here. And instead of actually putting my stop at the SMT high, my original stop was at this SMT divergence high. I ended up actually putting it 2 points above the inversion fair value gap, because if this became an invalidation above this inversion, there was a high chance that the protected high was going to get invalidated, especially because I wanted lower risk after a New York AM session loss and the chance that this retracement was just a temporary retracement before a continuation sequence. So here with the stop 2 points above the IFEG, I targeted a 2R on this position, with 1.5R being my area for potential partials. And so here we have the 2R mapped out, which lines up well with some of these conflicting confluences. We have this fair value gap here, this 3-minute that formed down here. And so all I was looking to see was whether or not I could get a closure confirmation, which I entered here. Or actually, all I wanted to see was an entry confirmation here on the 3-minute, which we got. So market order entry, stop 2 points above the inversion fair value gap in the case we didn't want to get wicked out, and then targeted a 2R, which lined in very well. Typically, you guys know I shoot for 1.5R to 2R, but draws were very clear. There was a lot of unfilled liquidity in these gaps that I was looking to see price trace into, especially after confirming the SMT. So let's now play this out, see what exactly happens. We see price immediately continued lower with a very aggressive bearish candle. Following this, what exactly happens? We see a little bit of a retrace before price then regains some more bearish strength. We see that bears get very aggressive here and actually tags us out at a beautiful 2R on this trade. When I remember, if I take the average from my partials and my main, this was a 46-point trade. But what's funny is after we tagged into this, what exactly occurs? Well, we see we actually ended up rejecting not only off of the fair value gap down here, but we also rejected off of a 3-minute FVG here, which led to a temporary retracement in trend. So this all along, just by confirming an SMT divergence, inversing a fair value gap, and confirming the SMT with a change in state of delivery, we were able to validate a 3-minute short signature on NASDAQ, taking us for about 46 points on this trade, or just about 2R. So fantastic trade all in all for this setup, especially after a small New York AM session loss from this morning. And so genuinely very, very solid trade. Would absolutely trade this again. And since that, what have we seen trend do? Well, since the larger time frame fair value gap, we see that trend has now been continuing higher, where we now stand where the previous high was formed at the 1221. So very solid trade on my end here. That's going to recap a 2R NASDAQ trade. Does that make sense, chat? Leo took a 3-minute, Leo, look at 3-minute NQ now. I'm looking. I see it. I see this. I see the 3-minute NQ now. Here on NQ, I mean, I really like this SMT and gap fill here at the 2 o'clock open. We formed that SMT with YM, except YM was the preferred asset in this pair, but I do like the formation here. Currently now, the only thing is it's not really forming a C2. This is just a sequence higher. So SMT gap fill here with the fair value, and now we're seeing price trend higher. We've also just traced into another imbalance here, being this 3-minute again. So if we get a closure confirmation, I might try and tag in a light position here. I'm not going to try and force any trade setups for all of you, but as of right now, this is a potential look. Jail said let's check today. We tapped into the tick and then went back to the high. 1 hour range of 50%. Yeah, I actually, Jail, sorry, I didn't even realize what you texted. I had seen that as well. It's insane. 1 minute short, if 50-minute close C2. Yeah, honestly, wouldn't be the worst idea if we close the C2. But on the three here, it's just looking like we're going to grind higher. Do you normally trade the 3 minute? Yeah, the 3 minutes my most preferred method of trading. The 3 minutes my primary trading. Wish we da 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 da. Bum bum ba da 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 da. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. Likely going to see trend trace higher as well. On this. So yeah, we'll see. We're rejecting off the 60 right now. Ideally want to see trend continue higher here. Gold, as I mentioned, the shorts, although they were all right. I mean, these shorts were good, but right now tagging into these shorts definitely not the best idea. Slow grind down here. But we'll see what happens. I think we're gonna have a bit of resistance up at this 1221 high here. So I'm not too keen on this one, to be frank, chat. Just gonna wait and see what exactly happens, brothers. What exactly happens, my brothers? This is my reality. So chap. So you're rejecting off the Sisti, likely going to lead to an invalidation here with this setup. And I just can't find the feeding. No, I just can't find the feeding. Oh, brother. I'm in this short. Pray for me. Honestly, it's not the worst idea. I mean, off this rejection of the high gel, taking it to 50% of the 1 hour range, dude, I don't blame you. I genuinely don't blame you. I don't think it's a bad short. Look at the 5 minute here. We're losing a lot of bullish strength up at the 1220 high. So that's why I'm not wanting to go long on this. We're already expensive enough. I think you're not in a bad position here, JL. Is your stop at the 1215 high? If it closes above 50% of the OB, I'm closing it early. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Stop at the high. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's not a bad one. That's honestly, yeah, that's small risk. You'll be all right. I mean, I know you trade mini size, so maybe not super small risk, but I think you'll survive, boss. Hoping we see some resistance to that 1220 though. I'm praying for you, JL. Since I'm not in a trade, I'm praying for you. This is my reality. Just like slow grinder though. I think it just it closed right at the 60 here for this confirmation. Right at the 60, dude. Massive bearish breaker from the 2 o'clock. Or bullish breaker, sorry. We might get a slow grind up into that high. I'm hoping we can. I'll be the liquidity for you. I'm about to close. Yeah, it doesn't look too solid here. Closed above the 60. NASDAQ's has been trending higher. Shorting this market is so difficult. I would have been more keen on wanting to look for shorts off that sweep if we formed an SMT. But yeah, this looks like she's gonna just slow grind higher, JL. Sorry to say it, boss, but it's not looking too sharp here. With all due respect, watching this market though. No, I can't find the feeling. Wow, it's only 11 o'clock. Chad, I've been up since 5 o'clock. It's so whack. It always feels so weird when I'm up so early on West Coast because I'm so used to London now. I love going to London with the missus. So it's like, whoa, dude. I'm forgetting about it, man. it's a slow burner, JL. It's a really slow burner here, man. Like I'm wishing you the best on this. I don't know if you closed yet, but it's looking just iffy, man. The misses. Yeah, the misses. The misses. TP on NQ longs, brother. Slayer, I ain't in on these longs, man. Hell no. I'm not in on these longs. We've got an hour and a half until the end of New York AM session. You betcha I ain't getting in on these longs. I'm in longs. I mean, it's gonna probably slow grind higher, but like, do you really want to give yourself the headache of sitting through a market that's just not presenting opportunities like that? Like, it's just gonna be such a slow opportunity. Such a slow opportunity. I hate to say it, chat, but it's gonna be garbaggio. I closed then it dumps. Yeah, I mean it's not going by too much, but yeah, about 7 points here. Confirm it's just tracing back into the 60. That's all it's doing now. It's tracing back into the 60. Likely still gonna grind higher though, Joe. I think you're chilling. If it rejects, then c'est la vie, man. You know, c'est la vie. No trades for you then. No trades for me. No, sir. No trades for me. I'm not keen on the trades today, man. I gotta be honest with you. Markets are so high up. There goes the 230 open. JLC, you're chilling, boss. Retrace back into the 60. Higher move. You're good, boss. That was a good close. Probably gonna trend higher here. I think we're just gonna see a slow grind, which is, as I've mentioned multiple times on stream, guys, I really don't like trading super slow trends like the low confirmation. Let me just quickly move the setup a little bit more towards the window here. No, I can't fight the feeling. At this point, we're just singing chat. We're just memeing. All right, we got the microphone here. Can you guys still hear me well? I want to make sure. Are we good? Can y'all still hear me well? Leo, what lower time frames usually look for a 3 minute and 1 minute, boss? 3 minute and 1 minute time frame are my most preferred, without a doubt. You guys can still hear me well, correct? Yeah, JL, you closed that well. The 230 is likely just going to slowly trend higher. The shorts in this market are tough. I got semi lucky with my shorts as well with that SMT confirmation. So don't blame me, brother. Don't blame you. No, I can't buy. Hi, Leo. Nice explanation. How many trades on average do you take a day? Take about 2 to 3 trades a day on average. So when you take that in consideration, 5 trading days a week, take anywhere between 10 to 15 trades a week. Average for me, I'd say is about 12 trades a week, though. Don't take more than that. I'm very much so less than that. CGL, you closed well, dude. It's going back to that high. You're good, brother. You're chilling. David, but yeah, 3 minute and 1 minute are my most preferred. Also, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you guys are liking the stream and subscribing to the Lab Live if you have not already. Gonna bug you about it. What's your R? Always target a 1.5 R. There goes the high jail. You're chilling, jail. Close it at a good time. R for me is typically 1.5 to 2R. On average, about 1.5 R though. I actually need to look at my metrics for the past year, but I think I'm around 1.5 R average. No, I can. I close my longs. Nice. Well done, Slayer. How do you trade all-time highs? You just watch. Scalp the high lol? Nice, dude. You legend. Did you scalp a short on the high, Jail? Did you take shorts off the 215 high? Dirty dog. Dirty dog. I longed at 246. What should I target next as there's only one DOL, which is all-time highs? Boss man, you answered your own question. Target an RR at that point, or target the -2 standard deviation. Next TP would be like 296 for me. We're using standard deviations. I would use a -2 there. -2 would be much better. JL scalp the high long. Nice. Will you move back to gold once NAS reaches all-time high? Probably not. Commodities have been moving like hot piss recently. They had their 3 month run. The lab model logic with the swings and all. I trade gold utilizing the fractal model logic. not the which incorporates some of the lab model. So technically, yes, you can say that's the case. No, I can't. Wow. Gel should stayed in those longs, man. Yeah, chat. See, like trending higher here, off the continuation sequence, but geez Louise, man, this is not the market I want to be personally trading. 1.5R is officially out though, 23 points on that. These continuation sequences, man, they're cooking. C2, C3 continuation into C4 expansion. So basically a continuation, exactly line. I'm long on US 30 from absolute bottom, and I'm scared to even open my NT5 and look at the floating profit. I want to hold it. Ollie, dude, that's great. That is wonderful, man. For the US 30 as well. From what? The bottom of like when? The bottom here? The 12:15? Are you talking like the week, like the this week bottom here? Like, are we talking Sunday open bottom, like 47? Ollie or Ali? No, I can't. Whew. A little tired, chat. Quite a few different shenanigans today. We've been chefing. Wow. Expansion. All-time highs. All-time high at 350 macro. Nice. New York low. Very nice, dude. Not a bad idea. I mean, do you have one contract? Are you planning to scout take partials? Or are you just fully hopping out here? Or are you fully just locking it in, staying in? Expansion, 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 chat. Holy cow. Up 6R so far. Would you say the probabilities are lower at all-time highs in NAS? I wouldn't necessarily say lower, but it's harder to frame. Yeah. It can be harder to frame. If you have experience in markets around all-time highs, I mention this quite often, watch for higher time frame sweeps that get confirmed with an SMT. Like that's going to do you more justice to just playing a sweep and then trying to assume that its price is going to continue in that said direction. That's going to work typically a lot better for you as an individual. Wowza, man. Trend is your friend. Indeed. Trend is your friend. Every market, even every stale market, is just a buy opportunity, chat. That's the one crazy thing. Every market that trends, markets in general, is just bullish, man. Markets are just bullish, bro. That's the most I can say. They're just bullish. Trend is always going to continue. It's never not going to not continue, right? Just every opportunity is just a retracement to buy in a longer term positions. But are you talking about a higher time frame sweep with SMT to sell? By the way, yeah, higher time frame sweep with an SMT, and then pair that with an aligning smaller time frame for your entry. So if I'm using 4-hour sweep with an SMT, I'm confirming it with a 15-minute closure. If I see a 15-minute SMT and a 15-minute sweep, confirming it with a 1-minute closure. That's been doing wonders for me personally, like wonders. Chat. Just kind of watching markets trend higher now. It's hard to frame this. There's a small SMT forming with YM here. Not seeing much here. What's your time frame alignment like before taking trades on 3 minutes? I use 30-minute, hour, and 4 hour, but my primary alignment with the 3 minute is the 30-minute confirmation. So I'll look for a 30-minute analysis into 3-minute confirmation. I feel like it's fairly hard to get wins when it's all-time highs. I don't know why. Yeah, TLM tends to be harder to trade around all-time highs. This is true. This is very true, in fact. Trading continuations will do a lot better, in my opinion, around these type of markets. Film sucks at all-time high in trending markets. Yeah, that's where it faults a bit. But continuation sequences, man, I'm telling you, chat. I'm telling you, it's man. Hi, Leo. What's up, Am? What's up? What's up? Yeah, we're really just hanging today. There's an SMT. See if this 3-minute confirms the SMT. No higher time frame sweep on YM, which is what I would have preferred to see with this series, because this makes me think it's just more of a shallow retracement, right? Higher time frame sweep paired with an SMT is going to do me a lot better in general. But there is an active SMT right now, chat. So just calling this out for you guys. Here, we'll pay. Oh wait, I'm not logged in on this. I'm not logged in on this. It's all right. Chill and chat. During trades, you start trading another model at all-time highs. Most of the time, they just filter out. Just don't trade. Just wait for market to give you a presentable setup. Switching models consistently is typically what hurts a lot of traders. That's my personal recommendation. See if this 3-minute confirms. For fun chat, we're going to hop on paper for you guys. This would be the setup, by the way. This would be the short setup. We just didn't get a higher time frame sweep, so we'll do a little showcase to you guys here. That's what we're looking at. Look, could you please go over your model from all time only because it used similar logic to TLM? Lion, I would honestly go watch some of the videos that I have. Also, what I would recommend too is all my model does differently is rather than trading reversals, I let reversals play out, watch for price to trace into an imbalance, and trade those imbalances higher. Gold is being a POS, yeah. That's what I was mentioning. I was literally saying gold looks lower probability just for the fact that it's gonna grind into that low slowly. Good luck, man. Especially we swept out the low here too, or did we form equal lows? It almost looks like equal lows. No way. Okay, nearly equal lows on gold. That would have been nuts. So like I'll showcase to see whether or not this YM trade invalidates. If it does, we know why. I'm teaching you guys trade filters live as well whilst we watch these super incredible markets trade. They're not incredible, chat. Yeah, Lion, all I'm doing is I'm literally just waiting for price to trace into imbalances, confirming it with the change in state of delivery, then grabbing an entry based on that. That's literally all. That's the only magic I do. That's literally the sauce. So Chad, if this invalidates, the reason is we didn't get a higher time frame sweep paired with an SMT. That would lead to a major invalidation here. So I'm just gonna get filled here to show you guys. This is not real money, by the way. I'm just showcasing you guys. So now we're in on this position, right? So this is an active position, $280 of risk on this. So I want to showcase to you guys kind of if this invalidates as to why. And the reason would be we didn't get a higher time frame sweep. We did on NASDAQ, but on YM we did not sweep out the 2 o'clock open. So we're still inside of the 2 o'clock range on YM, which is already lower probability. I enter on the closure above a 60. So here, formed a fair value gap, traced into a fair value gap, closure above the move that led to the fair value gap, which is this 218. Closure above, entry at the 218, stop at the protected low, which is the low that traced into the fair value. Target a 1.5R. That's the only magic to it. That is literally the only magic to it. No, I can't. See if this protected high stays protected. It's a low shot though, because we didn't sweep out of the high. Gold is just going to continue there. Why I'm continuing higher here. Perfect. I understand. And you stick to the 3 minute or 5 minute. 3 minute or 1 minute actually. 5 minute if it aligns well with the hourly. 3 minute if it aligns well with the 30. 1 minute if it aligns well with the 15. Especially if like an SMT is present on the 30, then that SMT on the hour. 5 minute SMT on the 15, then the 1 minute. So this will likely lead to an invalidation just because we had a failed higher time frame sweep. Yeah, line. That's literally all it is. Thank you, Lo. Yeah, of course. Anytime, boss man. Anytime. So here, see, invalidation. Why would this be an invalidation, right? Why would this potentially lead to an invalidation? We didn't sweep out a high, right? Higher time frame sweeps paired with SMT. No higher time frame sweep with SMT. Temporary retracement. Not real trade. Not good, right? So this is likely going to top us out here. And this is a paper trade, just letting you guys know, just showcasing you guys proper trading. This is an invalidation. No higher time frame sweep led to an invalidation. The only reason I entered this trade was to showcase to you guys how this was going to be an invalidation. And if it happens to invalidate, if it happens to validate this and somehow this protected high holds, it's a godsend trade. This was not intentionally meant to win. Yes, line all the time, every video, every single video, every stream, every video. Watch this invalidate. And bang, see? Invalidation here. Tagged out. Stop loss hit. Why? We didn't sweep out a higher time frame high. That's an invalidation. Doesn't matter if it's a leading SMT. Doesn't matter if you get a change in state of delivery. The reason why it was an invalidation was because we didn't get this higher time frame sweep. 2 o'clock open was very aggressive with YM. We're currently within the range of 2 o'clock, right? So if I want to look for a short, I want to look for a short after we sweep out the 2 o'clock high. I want to look for a long. I want to look for a sweep out of the 2 o'clock low, but not in between this range. I want to trade outside of this range. Pretty crazy how we shot up off those monthly lows. Yeah, I know. Crazy, right? Insane. Ba-da-ba. Mm-mm-mm. Trend continuing higher into the 2 o'clock highs now. This is just classico. Chat, there's really not a lot to look at here, man. I can't lie. We're just watching markets trend higher. Just came back. Did you take the trade in the screen? No, Dre's. I mapped it out on purpose for why it would be an invalidation. Oh, one trade you could take though is this baby right here on NQ. Once again, look at this. Retrace into fair value. Closure above. Validate the SIST 1.5R. Long entry signature at the high. Target this here. 1.5R. Probably going to play out as well because we're just trending higher, chat. NASDAQ is feisty for these all-time highs, man. It is feisty to tag into these all-time highs, man. It is going to be a ripper. There goes the 2 o'clock. See, now if an SMT were to form, I would now have confidence to want to trade this style market. Be a lot more confident trading this market because now we've swept one side of the range. I'm checking the long-term port as we speak. How we looking? How we looking? Beautiful. Beautiful. Long-term port is up 1.42%. Shoo, what is Tesla up to? Tesla's up. Today's gain 7% on Tesla today. Jesus, man. Hold up. Hold up. God damn. Tesla on some fucking crazy shit. Oh my lord. Stream lagging for people. The real gold short is going to come in Asia market or probably. Stream lagging for people. Is it lagging? Can you guys see me well or no? Look at this manipulation on Tesla. Manipulate the low, pivot one. Boom. Curious to see what the Edge YB said. Tesla. Look at this. Dude, what a move, dude. From 362 to 395, dude. $23 move today. What's CL up to? CL's probably tanked at 91. Not as bad as I thought. What's the C1, C2, C3 indicator? It is the T-Trades fractal model. TTFM Pro Plus. It's a paid indicator. Because it gives you too much sauce. They can't release that for free, man. There's too much sauce in the indicator. If they gave it for free, there'd be too many millionaires. World wouldn't be able to take it, man. How much does it cost? I think it's $35 a month, I believe. 30 or 35. I think soon I'm going to get an affiliate with TTFM. We'll see. So stay tuned, folks. Get you guys a nice discount. Take 10 minutes to vibe code? Yeah, 100%. Days like today, just long and walk away before market close. Feels so wrong getting long here. No, I know. It's like I'm literally falling asleep at the charts, man. No reason for me to stay along these markets, chat. I know we've had some shorter sessions recently, but like sometimes, man, I think all of us want to stay off the charts. Some of you feel like you need to be on these streams because you think we're going to take a trade. For me, chat, I've taken my win. I took my short signature win. Bang. You know, I'm a happy camper, dude. I'm very content. I'm very content with my win today. Yeah. Making y'all yawn with me. My bad. Days like today, I joined these streams as an active white noise while I trade. Honestly, fair jail. The GXT profiling indie is pretty much the same. Yeah. Practical Pro. 120 a month. I don't think that's the right one. 120 a month, I don't think is the right one. Let me see if I can find this one sec. It's $45 a month. You might be trying to pay yearly. It's 45 a month. Or 36 a month if you subscribe yearly. It's from 2 degrees. Yeah, it's from 2 degrees, so it's not 125. Do it through the ttrades.com. ttrades.com and click indicator. Don't do it through TradingView. The ttrades.com will take you to the right place for it. Really not a lot of sauce here. Well, there goes the 1.5R yet again, chat. These continuation sequences are just chefing, man. Holy cow. It's just buy the retracement, continue higher. Buy the retrace, continue higher. Buy the retrace, continue higher. It's non-stop, dude. Holy cow, chat. Oh, thank you. I was looking through TradingView. Yeah, don't look through TradingView. Don't look through the T-Trades account. That would be much better. We are just waiting, chat. How's that not 2R? This is 2R. This is 1.5. Does it look like 2R on my chart? Is that why you said that? For a long time, I was making trading psych more complicated than it needs to be. Either follow your rules, 2 trades, and walk away, or stand profitable. Simple as that. That's literally it. Like with a 15-minute sweep, would you then take the continuation if it was on the sell side as opposed to buy side? I mean, if it was a sell side sweep on the 15-minute, I'm not taking a buy side trade. On my chart, that 3-minute is 2R. This one? Did you take a limit? No, it's 1.5, dude. 1.5R. Yeah, it's a 1.5. That's so weird, Jail. I don't know why. 2R for you? Dude, what? Are you on MNQ? Because I'm on NQ. Maybe you're on MNQ? On MNQ, perhaps. I think it's probably 2R. What the fuck? That's so weird. Couldn't tell you, boss. Look at Loud Discord, same setup, mine is 2R. That's so whack. The fuck? Oh, you took a limit at the retrace. Wait, hold up. You took this. Wait, even then, it's 1.6. Dude, what? How weird is that, dude? I have no idea then. That's so whack. And you're on NQ as well. I guess there's just whack data, dude. What the fuck? Does it, wait, click on it. Does it say 1.5? Or does it say 2? That's weird. Also, chat, guess what? Guess what, chat? Guess what? Guess who made it to all-time highs? ES. ES. All-time highs on ES. Dude, What in the fuck is this week, dude? Should have just gone long. Should have gone long on the week. Generational wealth on those longs, chat. That's crazy. Phew. 1.5 R for me says 2. Same for me, 2 R. What? Tripping. Tripping, tripping, tripping. Yeah, risking 16 points to make 24. How many points are you guys risking? Dude, what is happening? That's so weird. Micros, ES all-time high is 70.43. Are we trading CFDs or what? Seems like it. Dude, that's so weird. I don't know why. Yeah, mine just says 1.5 chat. JL, you also, well, yeah, you did 2R because you're higher than mine. You put yours at, wait, but even then, look, my 2R is all the way up here. That's so weird. I don't know what's happening. Anyways, that's so weird. Dude, even with balance adjustment, dude, would be ADG, dude. ADJ. So weird. I have no idea what's happening, chat. Anyways, I use SPX and RTH. It's definitely, it's the same for me when I turn it on for yes or not, man. It's the exact same. So is my chart just tripping? Now I can't even tell, man. I'm so confused. I'm so confused, chat. Here's my SPX chart for you. Yeah, Lion, you definitely would be able to pick up my continuation model. That's without a doubt, dude. 1,010%. Dude, what? Because Kane also texted me. He said ES all-time highs. Kane literally texted me as well saying ES all-time highs. Oh, what? Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. Damn. Well, no all-time highs yet. That's so, I don't know why it's being weird though with 1.5 R still though. It doesn't change my NASDAQ circumstance though. That's weird. I don't know what's happening. Out on weekly and quarterly, so we should leave it off. I typically don't have mine off. I typically don't have mine on. Most people I know don't have it on, but I really guess it depends. Yeah, weekly on SPX is all-time highs now. Yeah, see, we're all-time highs. We're 100% all-time highs now on ES. ES has been the leading asset the past few days as well, though, so that doesn't surprise me. I am not the owner of this firm, and it's not a firm. It's free education. It's the Lab Live, man. Kane is indeed the owner. I'm just one of the streamers here. Because futures charts are yeah, rate adjusted. Yeah, of course. That is normal. Chat, I was getting tripped out by chat. I was like, yeah, I think we are. Which is why you have to be careful with futures charts. Correct. Correct, correct. And always check SPX. Yep. My chart is not all-time high for yes. Interesting. Don't know what's happening in chat. Being weird. Made an SPX is not traded. Likely made it in London session, so it's the first all-time high cash. Correct. Yes, David. Yep, yep. Wow, chat. It's literally just slow grind out. This is insane. This is relatively gnarly. Insane. Yeah, chat. I wish this would be a more entertaining stream, but we're just watching price slowly grind higher without any entry signature. So hate to say it, chat, but there's really not a lot of sauce for me here. Hope you guys understand, man. I do apologize, but at the same time, it's like I would rather not do bad quality trades for you guys and just trade high normally would than anything else. Second I take a continuation, it'll dump. Dude, I know, right? That's what it feels like, JL. The second you're gonna get it on it, it's gonna just fucking crash. I feel like that always happens to me. Or you're gonna get a super deep retracement that's gonna shake you out of it, and then it's gonna continue on your side. Always happens like that. It's like the market makers are watching for when you're gonna be the liquidity. Pumps all day and then you go long and it dumps. 100%. I've literally had that happen when I started trading. Can't wait for all the expos saying they caught the top and shorted low. Dude, I know. Gonna be some friggin' scammers, man. Bunch of them scammers, man. Telling you. Not worth it. See, it's just trend, 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 trend. This is quite insane, though. I can't lie. This is considering the past moves, dude. What are we up now in terms of movement since the Sunday open? Sunday, let's do. Yeah, we'll do the cap since Monday. Beat this price range. 1,400 points. 1,400 points, dude. Jesus, man. It's insane. 8 days ending green. What are the odds tomorrow ends green too? At this point, dude, I think like unless Asia sweeps at all-time highs, I think we're just gonna keep seeing it grind higher. Like I don't see a world where we just reverse now until like all-time highs. Like at this point, we're only 300 points away. We might as well just push it in Asia. I think we'll see a deep retracement in Asia and London before a New York expansion again. That's honestly what I could anticipate happening. Texting the boys, telling them this is some hot buns of price action, dude. Yeah, DL. If it ends green tomorrow, OPEX week, no, yeah. OPEX has actually been playing out really. OPEX IB's been playing out really nice. I don't know if you've looked in OPEX IB at all, but it's been really solid. Have not. Yeah, you should check out OPEX IB, dude. It's using the initial balance for the OPEX window, and it's insane how well it works out, man. My buddy Zink's been trading it a bunch, and he's just a unit, man. He's been like slapping it. It's crazy. Chad, don't hesitate to ask me any questions as well. I gotta be honest, I'm not framing any trades today, chat. Hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but I'm not really feeling it at all. So if you guys do have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, because if not, your boy's likely going to end session early. Once again, I feel bad ending these sessions early, but like, I hope you guys understand too that like, I don't want you guys sitting around, and I also don't want myself to sit around these markets that just aren't presenting anything, you know? It's like, why would I choose to sit around low probability markets when I know I could save the mental energy for better and higher probability trades, right? Like that's kind of the that's a no-brainer situation if you think about it. Why would you sit around trading low probability markets that are just trending without any really reason as to why, rather than just hop off the charts, you know? There we go, a little bit of a retracement here, chat. Oh my God. Oh my God. Retrace, retrace. Do you have an SMT again or no? Probably not. Nope, no SMT here. What about YM? Oh, we got some SMT, chat. We got some SMT. I repeat, SMT is in play. SMT and inverse to 3 minute. Hold up. Repeat of earlier's trade. SMT 3 minute and change in state of delivery confirmation. And it's the leading asset. Oh, wait, I'm stupid. No SMT. I'm so stupid. Psych, no SMT. But 3 minute inversion. We just inverse the fair value. No SMT. I apologize. Sarcasm. Odd that ES cumulative delta being seeing all day. And ceiling all day. Oh, 100%, dude. 15-minute C2, I know. Actually, that would be the case in this market. Yeah, nice 15-minute C2 here. I like the sweep. Phew. It's a new 15-minute open here. See if we respect this inversion, close below the 60, confirm the C2 closure. There's a chance, chat. Do you have any questions in chat at all? Anybody have questions, comments, concerns, anything of that manner? If you guys also haven't already, make sure you guys are liking the stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. $15 E2. We're so far respecting the inversion fair value as well. Like and sub, y'all. Was with my mama taking any trades besides that short earlier? No, sir, Slayer. Just kind of hanging out. Hanging out with the crew, boss. Inversions being respected here. There's a slight SMT at the lows now. Oh boy. Oh brother. $15 C2 is likely to get invalidated now since we have this S&P at the lows too. Not too much else happening here, chat. C2 invalidation incoming, my friends. Invalidation here. Yeah, chat. Not a lot happening here, man. I gotta be honest. No, I can't. Can't fight the feeling. Invalidation here. Any questions in chat? I've missed you, buddy. It's been a couple months since I was in the lab. Glad y'all are doing this. Hey, what's up, Ben? Can we see you tomorrow in the AM? I won't be here tomorrow in the AM, chat. We've got a few other folks in the AM session. I'm going to be traveling tomorrow morning, so no AM session for me, chat. I do apologize. Ben Smith, good seeing you, boss. I do remember you in the lab as well. Hope you're doing well. Hope all's going absolutely splendid with you, brother. Are you still looking at 3 minute Ben? I'm honestly about to hop off the charts, man. Sitting around in this price action just isn't worth anybody's time, right? We're respecting the inversion. Now we're disrespecting it. So it's just like we just failed the inversion yet again. So it's another invalidation. Likely going to grind higher yet again. So for me, sadly, I think I'm likely going to head off here in about a minute or two, chat. Just don't really feel the need to get involved in a market that's not presenting good opportunities to myself. So I'd rather just conserve the energy and conserve the mental strength to trade better tomorrow morning for all of you. Even though I won't be live, at least, posting trades and whatever else. So if we don't have any other questions, boo. How? All good. Take care. You as well, Ben. Lovely seeing you here again, boss. Seriously, it's been a minute. Hope you're doing fantastic. Yeah, chat. Honestly, likely heading off here myself. Just not a lot of trading happening for me today, and that's okay. Can't win them all. I'm happy with kind of how I approach markets for the most part, anyways. And yeah, I'm having fun with you guys regardless, man. We're having a good time regardless. So I do appreciate you all hopping in here and coming on the stream with me and everything. So I do appreciate it. Regardless, chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. I think I'm gonna end the stream here, chat. It's gonna be an early session, only an hour, 20-minute segment. We did a little bit of education, went through my winning NASDAQ short position pre-stream, and then mapped out 2 continuation sequences for you guys. I didn't trade, I locked out on the charts, so honestly, no trades from me, but we'll be back and better for tomorrow and the rest of this week, chat. But once again, much love to him, much love to you as well, Slayer. Shams, thank you for tuning in as well. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Just really, I think it's worth all of our times to not waste our time sitting on these trends. We're 40 minutes until New York session closes, basically, and liquidity becomes shit until Asia. So I'd recommend just kind of hopping off the charts, giving yourself a break, hang out, make some food, get some water, whatever it might be, but just don't sit around the charts, man. Save yourself the headache. If you took a win today, close the charts. If you took a loss, close the charts. You're only going to tilt yourself to more of a loss, right? I think you know that yourself. But once again, thank you all for tuning in. 2 sessions today, New York AM session and New York PM for you all. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Even though we didn't map out trades, it's still fun to be alongside here with every single one of you. And without further ado, thank you all for tuning in again. I will see you all in the very next stream. Thank you again, and much love, everybody. Bye now.